Adam, I'm going to show you on handigraphs how to find a money line. We're just really how to find a side that you're going to want to back in a game using a couple different sorting metrics. So let's get into it. There I go. I'm gone. All right. So I'm going to use the Thursday slate as an example. Again, what I really like to do is I like to take I like taking the last three starts. I think that shows you a really good sense of how a pitcher has been doing overall. So let's go with the last three. Let's use, this is actually going to be pretty, this is a good one for us. We can use, we'll use Cleveland and let's use Cleveland and Baltimore as an example. Okay. So last three starts, I sort them. What I'm looking for between ERA and expected ERA, I'm looking to see that one of the starters is obviously in red, or one of the expected ERA. I'd like seeing that lower. I'd like seeing that in at the very least in a light blue. So I'm looking at this. What am I seeing? I'm seeing that Logan Allen has absolutely been on a tear in his last three. We know that they're at home, so we take a look. What do we have for Logan Allen here? Just forgive me. All right, so his last three at home. He actually should have been worse than he is in his ERA. We'll take a note of that. That might mean, some runs or something like that. But overall, what we're seeing in his last three is that he's in good form. Now let's look at Charlie Morton, who he is going against. Charlie Morton just been in terrible form over the last three. Something that I like to look at when I scroll over here. Hard hit rate, last three has been terrible. You might notice again, like I went with the last three on the road and last three at home. Pitchers are really the ones that really matters for that stuff because there's a lot of line of sight. Pitchers are used to throwing balls in different areas of the strike zone because they know where it's going to go and where it can go in the park. So he is away. No change, actually. So what we are seeing here is that we got Charlie Morton that we know in his last three starts. We know that he has not been good. And Logan Allen in his last three starts, we know he's been real damn good. So away then that we're going to go from here, we're going to go over to batters. I like looking at last 5 games, or I like looking at what the handedness is last 30, which I think is a good one. Let's go and let's take a look at Cleveland over their last 30. I'm going to go to column. I'm going to go to team. I'm going to go to equals. I will do Cleveland, add criteria, apply it. So what we're seeing here, and this is the projected batting order for tomorrow, we're seeing actually a lot of red. And what I like to check on for a team like this is last 60 plate appearances, not great. Last 30, getting a lot better. So what are we seeing? Right now we have a better pitcher and we have a better hitting lineup at the moment. Okay. So that being said, to go to the other side with Baltimore, we know that Logan Allen is a lefty. So we're going to do the last 30 plate appearances against lefties. We're going to put Baltimore in, and man, that's a lot of blue. That is a lot of blue. In fact, the entire lineup has a ridiculously bad strike rate, both K rate and called strike rate. If we go to the last 60, even what's worse, they're getting worse. That's what this is telling you. So we've got that. So now what we know is we already can give an edge to Cleveland, at least in the first 5. They got better hitters and they've got better pitching. So if we want to then look at how the rest of the game might go, did you know we have a bullpen tab? We have a bullpen tab. The last 3 weeks is something I like to look at. Let's look at Cleveland. Their Sierra, which is a skill-based metric that tells you just the overall function. It's kind of like expected ERA, but a little bit different. It's on Fangraphs. BABIP is very low. The line drive rate's really low. The K rate's really high. That's what you want to see in a bullpen. And then Baltimore, this is terrible over the last 3 weeks. These guys are not doing well right now. In fact, the Sierra is getting worse. It means their skills are getting worse. Pretty good ground ball rate, really bad BABIP. So with all of this in mind, what we're basically seeing is that we've seen that there is a very true, clear advantage, both on the pitching side of Cleveland, on the hitting side of Cleveland, and on the bullpen side of Cleveland. So now that all 3 of those things are there, I think you can safely say that you're going to take Cleveland some sort of way, either money line or run line. I think, depending on what the odds are, now you've kind of used the site and you've been able to find a couple metrics, and it should help you along the way.